Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, basketball fans, and welcome back to Rwanda, Angola for this game in the FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers between Rwanda and Tunisia. Well, we're live here at the Pavilion Multiusos de Rwanda, the same arena that hosted both these two teams for the 2025 FIBA AfroBasket, and now both of them will battle it out here in the FIBA Basketball World Cup African qualifiers. Well, in this Group C, Nigeria, a final bucket from Chimezie Metu, securing their third win of the qualifiers and bringing a first defeat to Guinea. We'll take a look at the standings temporarily. If Tunisia win today, they'll reclaim second place and be on their way with both Nigeria and Guinea to the second rounds for windows 4, 5, and 6. Well, the two-time AfroBasket champions of 2017 and 2021 at the moment have gone to two FIBA Basketball World Cups in 2010 and 2019, but failed to qualify in 2023. And of course, they were eliminated on this court last summer against Cabo Verde, led by Ivan Almeida. While Rwanda currently 0-5 here in the window, because most recently a heavy defeat against the likes of Guinea. But could very well be an interesting game for them as they go up against the well, they said 0-5, they're 0-4 actually, to say the least, but it'll be a tough game for them. Tunisia, of course, they want to reclaim that second place, and remember, the results that you do win in window 1, 2, and 3 will then carry on to the second round. That's why every game matters here in the qualifiers. Well, Rwanda, of course, in that game against Guinea, it was a very tough matchup, losing 89-63, but in that case, they did shoot 11 out of 30 from the three-point line, led by Justin Uitanze. While second leading score was Kado de Dio Furaha. But now, fans, it's the greatest part of the day, as we'll stand and embrace and pay respect to the national anthems of both Tunisia and Rwanda. National anthems of these two beautiful countries, Rwanda and Tunisia, have now been sung, and now the players will shake hands with each other and pay each other the much respected homage. It's a must. Well, we're going to introduce four very important people for tonight's game, and those are three referees, one commissioner and technical delegate. Of course, here at FIBA, we're very proud to say we have three of the very finest officials. As we'll just see them again momentarily to give their appropriate introduction. From Egypt, we have Amer Abulo. From DR Congo, we have Tonton Banza Kalume. And of course, we also have Haruma Maiga coming from Mali. So big thank you to all of our officials who've done a magnificent job. The commissioner and technical delegate for tonight's game is Antonio Terestino Sofrimento Manuel from Angola. Time now to look at the starting fives of both Tunisia and Rwanda. I guess we will begin with the two-time champions of the FIBA Afrobasket and twice qualifying for a FIBA Basketball World Cup in 2010 and 2019. Well, they'll be disappointed in their defeat against Nigeria, because they would have been hoping to come into this game with 3 wins, not 2. But like I said, Nigeria now winning 2 games here in window 3, and well, Tunisia currently sitting at 2-2. Still could indeed move to 3-2 with a win and go back into position 2 against Rwanda here this evening. Well, quite a few legends right now being showcased here for this Tunisian national team. Like I said, it was a tough run for them last summer on this court at the FIBA Afrobasket, being eliminated by Cabo Verde. But now it's the FIBA Basketball World Cup African Qualifiers. Well, Tunisia tonight coming out with Shanufi along with Jawad Jawadi, one of their key players last summer, Bashir Ben Yahya, as well as Firas Lahiani, and legendary FIBA Afrobasket legend Omar Abeda. Coach Adel Tladli, he also has Tumi Gayeza and as well as Ochi. This is probably the most towering center, one of the legends of Tunisian basketball. Well, they haven't been to a Basketball World Cup since China in 2019, and they'll be hoping to change that script. But it's another game on the road here. As I mentioned, results in the first round in windows 1, 2, and 3 will come into effect and play along in the second round in windows 4, 5, and 6. Well, head coach Yves Morenzi is going to go with a starting lineup. Kadude Dio Furaha, his second leading scorer. Of course, Justin Uitanzi led them in that defeat against Guinea, while Paul Bizimana, Jean de Dio Muoza, and Stephen Hagumintwadi, as well as Dodion Ndaizei. That is the starting lineup for Rwanda. Very, very big game coming up indeed. As Rwanda still looking for that first crucial victory. And head coach Yves Morenzi, he's coming into his own now, still very early in his coaching career, and what a chance to have. He works with the United Generation Basketball in the RBL, the Rwandan Basketball League, because he's worked for very long years between 2018 and 2024 with the Rwandan U18 national program. Just took them to the U18 Afrobasket in Bamako, Mali. So like I said, his coaching career does come with its prestige, and the CV speaks for itself, but still very early and a magnificent opportunity for him. Well, our 3 officials indeed are ready for this big game. Game day 5 here in Group C of the FIBA Basketball World Cup African Qualifiers. Tunisia looking to go 3-2. Well, in the case of Rwanda, it would indeed be their first win if they're able to do so. Less than 12 months ago, we were here in this magnificent arena. I mean, we're in the heart of Angola, in the capital city of Luanda. Just what a matchup we have. A Group C matchup live in Pavilo Multiusos de Luanda. Where was Angola, who lifted the FIBA Afrobasket Championship in front of plus 10,000 fans, 10,000 spectators. It was an incredible atmosphere. Well, actually, Rwanda, because they played the group stage in Namibia, they didn't quite make it here to the final knockout stage. But Tunisia, they remember the heartbreak, losing against Cabo Verde. And thus beginning window 3 with a defeat against Nigeria. They'll be looking to turn this around here against Rwanda. And fans, everybody tuning in to watch this one, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be watching in the world. This is the 2027 FIBA Basketball World Cup African Qualifiers. It is Rwanda going up against Tunisia. Well, don't go anywhere, as now we're just moments away from tip-off. Well, Bizimana looks like he's going to jump this one for Rwanda, as now we're just going to get set to get things underway. Business is about to pick up. Well, Bashir Ben Yahya winning the tip now here for Tunisia. Tunisia know they got to get off to a high-flying start as Abeda. Simple high pick and roll this time with Ben Yahya. Little baseline penetration. There's a kick out. Abeda left wide open, uncontested. Front iron, can't get it. Tunisia battling for offensive rebounds, but now here comes Rwanda. We could have got a wide open look to Bizimana, but that time the pass did get deflected. Guess one of the legends, Firas Lahiani, of this Tunisian national team. Now foul has been called. It looks like it's going to be on Paul Bizimana. So 2 free throws coming up here for Tunisia. Well, great penetration by Amar Abeda. A little teardrop, just unlucky. The basketball defying the laws of gravity. Well, Abeda makes the first free throw because they only lost to Nigeria by 3 points. Firas Lahiani and Amar Abeda, joint leading scorers, combined total of 42 points between them, 21 apiece, as Abeda makes both free throws. As Tunisia were flying high as the kings of African basketball, winning in 2017 and 2021 of the AfroBasket. Since then, that crown has been dethroned. Moza that time turning it over now. Tunisia have numbers. Abeda in transition will finish this one. And now it goes up to 4 points, giving Tunisia an early 4-point lead. This is what they're so good at, converting turnovers quickly into fast break points. Rwanda don't want to take too much time getting going. They want to find their first points. Nice penetration, good dive into the basket, but unable to finish at point-blank range. Now Tunisia have numbers. And that's going to be an unforced turnover in transition. Firas Lahiani. Now you have to remember, you go back to 2017 when we first had this qualification system in the build-up to the 2019 FIBA Basketball World Cup in China. And he was very much a part of the, I would say, the DNA, the formation of this Tunisian national team. You can see the legends still very much a part of the program. Rwanda now still searching for those first 2 points. Unable to connect. It's a good mid-range look. As long as they build high percentage looks from the field, nobody can out. Jawadi now gives up. Abeda. Nice pass in the paint. This is good passing from Tunisia. Lahiani, teamwork makes the dream work. Hashtag. Anything we can do together, we do it as a unit. First three-pointer of the game for Tunisia. Lahiani just getting that one off a very successful ball reversal. Now Rwanda unable to connect. 11 three-pointers they made in that defeat against Guinea. Most of them, 9 of them coming in the first half. Jawadi again, another unforced turnover. Tunisia, of course, could argue it's a rebuild era off the back of those 2 very successful FIBA AfroBasket campaigns. Bizimana now looking to attack, gets in the paint, no foul given. That's going to remain Rwanda ball in the baseline. That's a good penetration. Bizimana felt he may have been impeded on that play, but nothing was given. Now a little post-up inside the paint and finally getting their first 2 points. As Stephen Angumintwari getting the first field goal for Rwanda. Well, that's a good look for Rwanda. Not settling for a lot of perimeter shots like they did against Guinea. Lahiani goes in. No foul given. Now Rwanda do have numbers. Bizimana goes in, gets bumped. Good defense. Now, that is going to go back to Tunisia. Well, they are adamant that that came on Shanufi. I think that's correct. They've overturned the decision. So Shanufi quite objectively did get the final touch. So Rwanda have it on the baseline. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Plenty of time. Umuhoza finding Furaha in the paint. Now we're under 10. Furaha catching a tough lob. Beautifully intercepted. And Tunisia have numbers. Jawadi inside the corner. Well, Lahiani's made 1-3, hesitates. But Shinofi will try his luck and makes the second three-pointer for Tunisia. Well, if they win today, they'll go up to 3 victories. Going baseline, no foul. A foul has been given. So 2 free throws coming up for Paul Bizimana. Well, Rwanda trying to find ways to get points in the paint, and Bizimana definitely a solid option for them, but they played 12 minutes in that defeat against Guinea, making 1 free throw in that game. Well, he currently plays for the RSSB Tigers in the Rwanda Basketball League, standing at 198 centimeters. This is a natural power forward for this Rwanda national team. Second free throw, no good. Shinofi coming up with a rebound. Well, denying the handoff. Good save by Abeda. Kicks out Jawadi in the corner. Patient basketball get from Tunisia. Inside the paint, unable to finish. That's good paint protection from Faraha. Can Tunisia come up with their second field? Well, excuse me, Rwanda. Can they come up with their second field goal? Umuoza. This is better patient build-up now from Rwanda. Well, they go for another three-point attempt. Good look, but Lahiani coming up with a rebound. Tunisia just want to slow this game down, get it into the half court. Abeda going now to his right on the screen. That's a kick out. What goes in the paint and finds a wide open Shinofi. Now having their first double-digit lead of the game. Almost halfway played here in the first quarter. Almost a nice penetration. Good kick out. Bizimana in the side of the lane. He's going to turn this over. Abeda's got Lahiani with him. Passes up, goes in, throws it down. It's showtime. Tunisian fast break basketball. Well, that is how you convert. I'll say it again. Converting turnovers into fast break showtime buckets. Twice they've gone to a FIBA Basketball World Cup. They would like to make it 3 in Doha, Qatar. And a timeout is going to be called by Rwanda, trailing by 12. Almost halfway through this first quarter, we'll head down to Rwanda's bench to find out what the message is going to be.
But guys, the way we run back to defense is a problem because they have 5 players, we only have 4. So make sure you run, check your man. On the ball screen, if you switch, make sure you rotate guys. Look for the shooters because they are getting twins in transition. If we are safe, they can't play. Okay? Guys, let's go. Guys, now we need to wake up, guys. Wake up. Okay? 5 on 3, 1 to 3. 5.
Well, fantastic start here for the 2-time champions of the FIBA AfroBasket. I think Rwanda at the moment. Right now, they've got to identify if we turn it over, we must get back in transition because Tunisia, so far they've had this game go in their favor, starting with their defense. Rwanda's still trying to find that second field goal. A little bit of spacing is now Bizimana's got to kick out this one. Time dwindling down the shot clock. They've got to go for another 3. It's up. That's a good look for Rwanda. They get the 3-point now. They battle for the offensive rebound. A foul is going to be called. So that's going to be the second team foul against Tunisia here in the first quarter. Already, Tunisia have converted 9 points off of Rwanda's turnovers. Only 4 turnovers from Rwanda. But you can just see how efficient, how effective Tunisia is. Now, Justin Uwitonze is going to sub into the game. Leading scorer in that defeat against Guinea only a few days ago. Cameron Rwanda search for that offensive identity with 6 seconds. Bizimana has to penetrate. Initiates contact against Lahiani, but good defense from Tunisia. Now Lahiani. Another kick out in the corner. Another wide open three. He's made one. Rebound collected by Uitanze. Still 12 points. Nice little spin out by Umoza. Nice kick out. Uitanze for three. And could that kickstart Rwanda's offense? Oh, it's beautiful. Umoza with the isolation, the dribble drive kick out. And Justin Uitanze repays the favor. Abeda kicks out. Oh, Abeda left wide open. Now goes down the middle. Little pump fake. Little step through. B-E-A. Beautiful from Ama Abeda. Putting it back to a double-digit lead. Can Rwanda find some spark from that three-pointer by Justin Uitanze? Uitanze made one three. A lot of contact going. That's way off the mark. But coming up with an offensive rebound, the 50-50 and a tough pass. And I think Jawadi got the last touch. So Rwanda, I believe, will get this back in the corner. Well, another three goes flying all of a sudden. Oh, was it a three? Yeah, it's a three-pointer. Second one for Rwanda as they cut it down to an 8-point deficit. It's a positive way to try to get back into this. Abeda tries to go back door, but now Shinufi. Mashed up by Furaha. Tunisia with a paint entry. There's another kick out. Time winding down. Well, it's one extra pass. Well, someone's got to shoot at a 24-second violation. And Rwanda can take a lot of positives from that defensive play. And I would say in the case of Tunisia, that's one pass is too many. Somebody's got to take responsibility in their own hands. Well, a change coming in for Tunisia as Mokhtar Gaeza, another man who featured last summer in the FIBA Afrobasket for Tunisia, request to try and help this national team get back to a third FIBA Basketball World Cup. Little Spanish pick and roll. Umoza finds Furaha, goes in, comes up with his own rebound, and finishes. And all of a sudden, that 12-point deficit is being sliced in half by Rwanda. Remember, Rwanda haven't won a game so far here in Group C of the Basketball World Cup African Qualifiers. And a traveling violation against Jawadi. Umoza with the suffocating pressure man-to-man defense. What's a wave of momentum, excuse me. And the confidence now becoming terrifying here from Rwanda, but can they continue to put points on the board? So change coming in for Rwanda as Hubert Kwizera subbing into the game for the first time. Umoza, who I think's been their best backcourt player, is going to have a little breather with under 2.5. Abeda putting pressure now. Well, it's going to be a foul against Abeda. Still a 6-point lead to Tunisia. 2:26 to go here in the first quarter. What can they run with Kwizera's primary point guard? Bizimana now fakes the handoff, goes in, and all of a sudden makes it a 2-possession deficit. Oh, this is a huge run from Rwanda. An 8-0 run. Abeda finding some space here in the offense. Another dribble drive. Soft penetration and just missing. A big offensive rebound picked up by Shinufi. And that's going to be an out-of-bounds violation. Consecutive turnovers. And this feels a little too familiar with Tunisia in Luanda, Angola. Feels just like the FIBA Afrobasket last summer. They got off to good starts in games, but just consecutive plays of inability to take care of the basketball. Bizimana now weighs up his options. Furaha. Trying to find Kwizera. Again, time nearly expiring. Well, it's going to be an unforced turnover. Good defense from Tunisia. Now with numbers. Abeda keeps this alive. Oh, he fakes it. Pulls over, goes in, and what a finish. Scrambling in transition. But what a finish in the end by Yassine Toumi. Sometimes that's what you have to do to get yourself back into a game emotionally and mentally. Faraha left time and space. He'll fire a three. On target, but unable to finish. Under a minute to go here. Tunisia could go a potential 2-for-1 to finish the first quarter. There's a ball reversal. There's another three in the corner. That's a good look, good offense. But Faraha unable to keep the rebound away. Now Lahiani goes baseline. Pump face goes in. And this guy at the moment, well, he's making things happen. Such a big, impactful player. 7 points for Firas Lahiani. Extending it back to an 8-point lead now for Tunisia. 12 seconds difference between game and shot clock. Sarah pulls up for a tough three. Gets that one to rattle in. Third three-point field goal for Rwanda. But Tunisia can't go for the final play. Not a bad foul to give away because that's only Rwanda's second team foul. It won't send Tunisia to the free throw line. It's on Justin Uitanze. Well, can they get one final play? Abeda, two-time FIBA Afrobasket champion. ISO moment. Penetrates, goes in off balance, and Amara Abeda beating the clock. Extending it back to a 7-point Tunisia lead at the end of the first quarter. We're live here in Rwanda, Angola for the 2027 FIBA Basketball World Cup African Qualifiers. Tunisia lead 22-15 against Rwanda. Well, we'll take a look at some of the key highlights from the first quarter, and then we'll run down the best moments, clips, and highlights. So far, electrifying start from both Rwanda and Tunisia. Well, 38% from the three-point line here for Rwanda. 3 out of 7 from inside the rainbow. Tunisia, 7 out of 9. Because both teams have only taken 2 free throws. Rwanda haven't converted 1. We'll take a look at the highlights from the first quarter. Well, they say this is the rebuild era of Tunisian basketball. 2 Basketball World Cups, 2 FIBA Afrobasket Championships. I think right now, this team has every good chance of qualifying to Doha 2027 for the Basketball World Cup. It's Firas Lahiani knocking down the three-pointer. And that was the first field goal of the game for Rwanda from Hagu Mintwari. Oh, Shanufi knocking down also another three-pointer here for the Tunisians. Now bet in transition, finding Lahiani for showtime Tunisian fast break basketball. You have to love every second of it, every inch. Well, here's the spin out it straight off the bench into the game. Justin Uitanze, the leading scorer. Uitanze at the moment, only that 1 3-point field goal. And fans, scan the QR code to access the login to Courtside 1891. Watch live streams, extended highlights of FIBA competitions, and much more. Again, welcome back live here in Rwanda, Angola. Third window of the FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers. Rwanda will have the first possession. It's going to be Hervé Odari inbounding this one. Rwanda still going with Hubert Kwizera as the primary point guard. Probably trying to get as much rest as possible. Fo Mooza. Back down, coming, good hands, good interception. Now Tunisia with numbers again. Lahiani one more time, and it's showtime yet again as he moves up to 9 points. How efficient, how quick. Tunisia converting turnovers into quick, fast break points. So they put it back to a 9-point ball game. Rwanda now with under 10 on the shot clock. Uitanze. Well, they got to go quickly. Time is winding down. Dribbling into traffic. Good paint protection. And Tunisia Want to run one more time here in transition. Nefet has to give this one up. As Yusuf Jif in the paint. Lahiani looked at the three, step back, goes for another one. Way off the bank. Faraha coming up with the rebound. Quizera. Can he find something? What's a wide open look? Left wide open, unmarked, uncontested. And somebody looking to lost and found. Who was defending? Hervé Odari. Complete miscommunication by the Tunisian defenders. Well, you could say this is the first time for everything. So foul has been committed. So Yassine Toumi will now go to the free throw line. Well, he has one field goal already this evening. Well, spent last season playing in the NCAA. Yassine Toumi at Seton Hall University. He's only played this one game against Nigeria. We did have 12 points and 7 rebounds. Guess he was quite an impact player for them last summer at the FIBA Afrobasket on this hardwood. Only averaged 5 points, 6 rebounds, but was in the 2023 Basketball World Cup qualifiers where he averaged 7 points in the 3 games he did represent. Now, second free throw, no good. Still an 8-point lead to Tunisia. Fanaha tries to put this on the deck. Hangs in the air and goes in. Simply towers his way to the bucket. No force in Rwanda. Angola was going to stop Faraha from getting to the paint. Cutting it down to 6 points. Tunisia want to go in the paint. Nice little cut. And it's way too easy. That was a paint entry. Just an easy cut down the middle by Mefnani, excuse me. Quizera. Already 7 assists in the game for Tunisia. It's that high screen. He'll think about going for 3. He'll take it. Battling for offensive rebounds. And getting the and one. Well, Kado de Dio Faraha has made the paint his kingdom. He says, just take a 3-pointer. I'll come up with the offensive rebound. I'll get you the second chance points. And one. That's the kind of play you need in your lineup. Currently playing for the RSB Tigers in Rwanda. Standing at 201 centimeters, but unable to convert the 3-point play. 6 points this evening. He's averaging just under 7 with 7.5 rebounds. Kado de Dio Faraha. Wide open look here for Tunisia. Oh, behind the back time, little teardrop. And sharing is caring one more time. The ball movement from Tunisia is a lead as Mefnani finishes in the paint. But what a sublime prime time from Yusuf Diff. Rwanda again just trying to break down this man-to-man pressure. Quizera, a little step back ankle breaker. Rebound secured here this time by Mefnani. And now here comes Tunisia. Going behind the back. Yusuf Jif just weighing up his options. Another paint entry. Who's cutting down the middle? Well, Toumi goes in, unable to finish. Rwanda want to get ahead. Utanze's made 1 3. He'll go for another one. This guy feeling confidence, and it is terrifying. Second 3-point field goal for Justin Utanze. And it's back to a 2-possession deficit. 4 3-pointers now in the game. 36% from downtown here for Rwanda. Now Mefnani unable to finish. Faraha with a rebound. Well, can they make it a 1-possession ball game? They'll go for another 3 in the corner. Are you kidding me? Rwanda, like they did in the first half against Guinea. They are cooking on fire, unconscious. And Tunisia, having led by as many as 12 points, called timeout. Hodadi in the corner. The assist coming from Justin Utanze. This is run and gun Rwandan fast break basketball. 5 3-pointers here in the first half. We'll head down to Tunisia's bench to find out what the message is going to be from the coaching staff. was a magnificent start from Tunisia, building a very big promising lead, but see now Rwanda, like they did against Guinea in the first half, building that identity from their perimeter shooting. Well, Tunisia 13 points off the turnovers from Rwanda, 6 fast break points in total, and 18-12 in favor of Tunisia for points in the paint. But where Rwanda have an advantage, 7 second chance points against only 2 from Tunisia. That's a 2-point ball game. Another kick out, another wide open 3 for Tunisia. That one's beautifully tucked away. Well, they needed that one. They needed something to kickstart their offense back into gear. Third 3-pointer tonight for Tunisia. That one knocked down by Mohamed Nefed. Rwanda go in the paint, unable to finish. Now it takes a last touch off of Methnani. So Rwanda will retain this. You got to find Justin Uitanze. Trying to get open in the corner. Quinzera doesn't get it to him. Izimana coming up to the high screen. Well, they've got to put up a prayer. Time is winding down, and that will be a 24-second violation. Well, that's great defense. Well, that is what Tunisia was renowned for when they did win back-to-back FIBA Afrobasket Championships. So this is good now for Rwanda, as they're able to sub in their floor general, Jean de Dieu Muoza. 3 points from him this evening. Can Tunisia make this bigger than a 2-possession lead? Chief now having to give this one up. Tubi penetrates, goes in. Unable to finish. Tunisia battling. And the ball a little over the place. Rwanda come up with it. Now Utanze wants to run. No foul. Well, foul has to be given there, surely, yeah. He was definitely taken to the ground. I mean, let's have a look here. Just with the left arm from Mohamed Nefed. We had quite a productive game in that defeat by 3 points to Nigeria, but he's going to pick up a foul there. Second team foul against Tunisia here in the second quarter. So it's a little bit of frustration there from Tunisia. Sideline possession coming up to Rwanda. A lot of reaching coming here. Methnani trying to put all sorts of pressure. Umuoza. And that is going to be a foul on the ground. So Tunisia, with 4:50 left, only one foul to give. And I think that's going to be on Methnani, which I believe that's going to be his second personal foul. Because the only player who does have, well, no one has 2 fouls at the moment. Well, apart from Amar Beda, excuse me. Well, Methnani comes up with the interception. Has to kick this one out. Another penetration kick out. Oshie. The towering center only just subbing into the game. Little pick and roll sequence. Toomey goes behind the back, goes in, penetrates, and he misses from point blank range. Oshie goes in, and a foul has been given. So Fadis Oshie now will head to the charity stripe. Well, he could be a very productive part of their offense. 210 centimeters. Faris Oshie, who spent last season playing in Lebanon. Well, just missing the first free throw, because he first debuted for Tunisia back in 2019 at the FIBA Afrocan. The first one was a practice one. Fooled everybody out there. Well, 27 years of age, just entering the prime of his career. He's briefly started his career in the lower divisions, in the 3rd division of Spanish professional basketball. Unable to hit the second free throw. Tunisia forcing another Rwandan turnover. And that inspiring run from Rwanda. Has the flame finally come out? And so Dari's going to go to the bench. He'll take a breather. Just 5 points from him. He's 2 for 5 from the field. That one three-pointer he did make. 4:20 remaining here in the first half. Because both teams just need to play with some cool, calm, collected play at the moment. Yusuf Jif now coming off one screen. That's a nice penetration. Good kick out, a high percentage look, and another three goes missing. Umoza battles for the rebound, preventing any potential second chance points. Rwanda, they'll have a three in transition. It's up, and they bury another one. 6 out of 13 from downtown. And all of a sudden, it's a one-possession ball game. Having trailed by as many as 12 points here in the first half. Well, Mefnani thinks about it. Got it by Faraha. Oshie in the paints. Double teams. Finds a pass in the corner. Another three-point attempt. No good. And that's going to go out of bounds. Oshie stepped out of bounds with it. Let's have a look here. And that's great work by Paul Bizimana, preventing an offensive board. Well, Tunisia right now having to deal with the splurge of confidence. The Splash Brothers of Rwanda. A very impressive 46%, but I reiterate, in that defeat against Guinea, they had 9 three-pointers at the end of the first half. And they put on the same perfection from downtown here against Tunisia. One field goal separates these two teams. Oh, there it is. Another one. On target, nearly got it. Lahiani coming up with a rebound. Rwanda 2 fouls to give. Tunisia only 1. Jawadi penetrates, dumped down. Oshie tries to keep this alive. And now Betta. Betta goes in, no foul given. And good defense. Bizimana comes up with it, and now Umoza wants to run. And that is going to be Tunisia's final team foul to give away with 2:53 here in the second quarter. And it's on Jawadi. Well, Tunisia have actually done a better job on the offensive rebounding this evening, and that's very applicable in terms of how many second chance points they have had against Rwanda. Umoza switched up against Lahiani. 10 here on the shot clock. Can he level things up? Nearly got it. Well, that just had a beautiful lock on it. But Tunisia's got to rediscover that dominance they had early. Lahiani. Well, ball gets intercepted, but I think a foul is going to be called there, maybe. That's going to be on Umoza. That's a good call, definitely reaching from behind. Lahiani at the moment, still the leading scorer here for Tunisia. Little paint entry. Finding Jawadi, he'll fire a three. This one's up. That's a 7th offensive rebound. And that's what you get with the experience of Firas Lahiani. Oshie rolls. Final seconds here for Ahmad Betta. Betta twisting, turning. Got to put something up, a fadeaway in the paint. Still can't get it. And Faraha at that time, then again, preventing an offensive rebound. Oh, nice time. Bizimana's got to keep this alive. Nui Tanze, the kind of play you want in any isolation here against the defender of Tunisia. Umoza. Takes off the Bizimana, now has the freeway, goes in. And that time turn it over. Jawadi keeps this alive. Numbers here for Tunisia, but they cannot keep this one in possession. That's the right idea by Firas Lahiani, but Abeda. I don't even think Vince Carter could have jumped high enough to keep this one alive. That is a quick pass, but again, you like the thinking of how quickly Tunisia want to get out in transition. That has been an area of dominance. 14 points off the turnover, 6 fast break points tonight here for Tunisia. Rwanda, another kick out can level things up. Umoza, he'll try his luck from downtown. Another three. Make that 7 3-point field goals for Rwanda. And nothing separated these two teams. Lahiani goes baseline. Finds Jawadi. Oh, good hands. And now here we go. Fasten your seatbelts as Uitanze makes it a 2-point lead. An incredible turnaround. Rwanda having trailed by as many as 12. Now take a 2-point lead as Justin Uitanze converting turnovers into fast break points. And it's just like last summer on this court. Tunisia building early leads. But then being challenged. We'll head down to Tunisia's bench. 45 seconds remain here in the second quarter. Well, Tunisia, he is the closest to getting into double figures. Nobody in double figures at the moment, but Firas Lahiani, 9 points, also has 4 rebounds, 1 assist. He also has 2 steals for that matter. He's been a magnificent representation, ambassador for Tunisian basketball. So now we're just over a minute to go here in the second quarter. Better finding Lahiani. Lahiani goes in and now has 11 points. A tough as nails finish by the Tunisian legend. Nothing separating either of these two teams. Not quite sure what Rwanda's trying to go there. I mean, you want Faraha either cementing at the double block or just flashing quickly to the corner, but still 36 seconds left. It looks like Rwanda now. Yves Murenzi, head coach of Rwanda, wants to call timeout, so we'll head down to their bench very soon to find out what he's going to say to his players. Nothing separating Tunisia and Rwanda at this stage. So let's listen up now to what Coach Yves Murenzi has to say. Well, Rwanda will inbound this one. Still 35 apiece. Mwoza. Heavily defended at the moment by Nefed. Time winding down here for Rwanda. Bizimana now at the free throw line. He's got to shoot this one, and that's going to be a 24-second violation. That's good collective defense from Tunisia, so they will have the final play here in the first half. They want to dribble this down. That's the final shot here with Amar Beda. High pick and roll. Well, here comes the screen. Seconds winding down here at the moment. And as the kick out pulls up from the mid-range for the buzzer beater. Shukran. Tunisia will take a 2-point lead And what a way to finish the first half. The mid-range off the dribble by Ziad Shanufi. Time winding down in Shanufi. One more time says Shukran. A big-time play on a buzzer beater. Well, Tunisia, two-time FIBA AfroBasket champions. Twice they've gone to a FIBA Basketball World Cup in 2010 and 2019. Looking to get to Doha 2027. Well, we're going to take a look at some key highlights, some key moments, as well as the key stats here from the first half. Well, Rwanda's 44% from the three-point line got them back in this, having them trail by as many as 12 points. But the 12 field goals from inside the rainbow gives Tunisia a 2-point advantage heading into the halftime break. Well, looking at the rebounds, Tunisia is slightly better at 3 rebounds plus, as well as 4 better assists. And Rwanda's 10 turnovers. That really has affected them here in the first half because, well, Tunisia's done a good job. They've converted 16 points off those 10 turnovers. Maloney, Firas Lahiani in double figures at the moment with 11. Uitanze, as he did in the last defeat against Guinea, leading Rwanda. We'll take a look at the highlights from the first half. We like the style of transition basketball. Firas Lahiani, not for the first time, second time able to finish. This is the versatility of Toomey. I mean, Nachi's a power forward, but he has no problem putting the ball on the floor. And the one time Hervé Odari is going to have a wide open lib that isn't in the warm-up is going to be that time, probably in ever his career here with Rwanda. Well, I've seen some good moments from the big man, Wasef Methnani. He has 2 field goals. Well, Methnani can have a good day in the paint. That was a great behind the back by Yusuf Jif. And here was the 3-point entourage. We'll beginning with Justin Uitanze with 8 points. He's hit 2 3-pointers so far here in the first half. And this time it was Hodari. And that indeed was the 6th 3-pointer. And here was another 3-pointer knocked down by Mohamed Nefed. Tunisia at the moment 3 out of 11 from downtown, but here was the 7th 3-pointer. And I like to call this Paul Busy Mania. Well, Busy Mana, we might as well call him Busy Mania if he keeps making threes like that. My corrections, that was the 7th one. Actually, that came from their star floor general, Jean de Dieu Umoza. And here was the transition layup that time, converted by Justin Uitanze. Great anticipation on defense, stealing that one from Jawadi. We'll be back to the second half momentarily.
Throws it up and jams it in. Terrible transition defense from Nigeria.
Oh, what an attack and a jam right down the middle. Absolutely no stopping Rakoto Nana.
Nagada throws it up and rocks it in. That's the way to get themselves going.
Bande, 8 points already to his name. Shots it forward, looking to attack and gets all the way to the rim to punch it home.
Good zone pressure from Rwanda. Cosmos throws it down, a big-time dunk by T.J. Keita. Second Dubois comes up with it. Well, here comes Fofana, goes in, gets rejected. Oh, Idan Kunda with the transition protection, big-time block.
Here comes Nigeria. This is the momentum that they needed. And another back-to-back slam.
Bado has two on him, throws it up anyway! What a finish from Bado. Hill, shake and bake, trying to get free. Oh, are you kidding me? What in the world was that plan? Was it a shot? Was it a pass? It doesn't matter, it's a two-point bucket.
On that 7-0 run. Evans, three. Oh my goodness! Wow, the putback dunk with authority.
How many times are we going to see this? Baseline, are you kidding me? Papa Nicolau says, give it to me. I'll go tax the closeout, beat Bruno inside. Fills it up.
Welcome back, everybody, live here in Rwanda, Angola for the 2027 FIBA Basketball World Cup African Qualifiers. It's currently a two-point ball game as Tunisia have a slender 2.1 possession lead against Rwanda. Rwanda still winless here in Group C, while Tunisia sitting at 2-2 after their defeat against Nigeria. Well, the return of Firas Lahiani, the legend of Tunisian basketball, leading them with 11 points. He's 5 out of 6 from the field. He's only missed one three-point attempt. He's 1 out of 2, but 4 out of 4 and already running in transition. 35-year-old showing the young guns how it's done. Oh, and your veteran player playing with this explosive energy, this will to win, to try and get Tunisia to a third FIBA Basketball World Cup in Doha, Qatar. Young players, you have no excuses. Well, Tunisia did lead by as many as 12 points, only to see that lead disintegrated after giving up 7 three-point field goals against a very determined Rwanda national team. Along with the 11 points, he has 4 rebounds. Also has a steal for that matter as well, but I think Tunisia probably feel they should be leading this game by a much bigger margin. Well, Rwanda don't have a player in double figures, but they are being led again by number 30, Justin Uitanze. Uitanze did lead them in that defeat against Guinea only a few days ago. And at the moment, he has 2 three-point field goals, as well as a converted transition point off great defense against Jawadi. Very soon, we are going to see the key highlights from from Rwanda's leading scorer, which is Justin Uitanze. See them just now. Well, he came straight off the bench. He didn't start tonight. But as you can see, the impact he has for this team offensively. I mean, he is a prime-time player. Well, here was the good ball movement, and here was the steal we talked about, converting this turnover quickly to fast break points. Now, as I said, he's 3 for 5 from the field, 2 for 4 from downtown. But they're going to need more points from this star player. He played NCAA Division II basketball, now currently playing pro in Rwanda. The key thing for Rwanda, ending this window on a positive note, at least with one victory. Something for them to build on, as they'll be looking to embark into the FIBA AfroBasket qualifiers after 2027 FIBA Basketball World Cup in Doha, Qatar. I think the area of strength that we saw at the beginning of this game when we started right from the tip-off was Tunisia's ability to convert turnovers to fast break points, and that was quite a key issue for Rwanda early on. Rwanda have committed 10 turnovers. You compare that to Tunisia, well, they committed 8 themselves, but like I said, that stat really had a big impact at the early stages of this game. Well, it's actually Rwanda right now leading in fast break points 8-6, and they're still leading in second chance opportunity points. Rwanda have 7, Tunisia only have 3, but Tunisia still dominant inside the paint, 20 points to 14 against Rwanda. Lahiani, their leading scorer, second leading scorer indeed, is no surprise. Amar Betty has 8 points. When we look at Rwanda, no players in double figures. Jean-de Diomoza currently 2 out of 3 from the three-point line with 6 points. He is their second leading scorer. Well, after that, you also have 5 points coming apiece between Paul Busy Mania and Hervé Irakosa. Udadi does have 5 points. Kadode Furaha, so joint second leading scorer with 6 points. Can they finally come up with a victory here in the FIBA Basketball World Cup African qualifiers? Their final game will see them take on Nigeria. If they're going to finally win tonight, well, they're going to need a big performance from Justin Uitanze and company. Well, if you look at Rwanda's history, the federation joined FIBA back in 1977. Because they've never gone to a Basketball World Cup. They have indeed gone to 7 FIBA AfroBaskets. But to reach heights they've never reached before, well, they're going to have to wait a little bit longer. This will be in 2031. The next FIBA Basketball World Cup will be hosted in France, and that'll be the qualification pathway Rwanda will have to look forward to. Now, in the case of Tunisia, Nigeria, and Guinea, the results these teams attain in the first 3 rounds in the first round, in windows 1, 2, and 3 will play into factor in the second round in windows 4, 5, and 6. Tunisian players now just heading to their bench to get some final words of inspiration, finishing that first half. The final field goal bucket off the dribble, neatly tucked away by Ziad Shenoufi. But it's only 2 points that's going to separate these two teams. Be a monumental task at least to walk away from these qualifiers with at least one win. So I'll have to watch the next 3 windows at home. But the foundation's very strong with how fast basketball is really gaining popularity and growing in terms of development. So Rwanda, big part of the BAL. It's just about getting that national team to the highest stage of international basketball. Unfortunately, just not meant to be within this window. Well, fans, second half very shortly about to get underway. Like I said, Tunisia led by as many as 12 points. I think one area you must applaud Tunisia is just how ruthless and tenacious they have been at going after the rebounds. 7 offensive rebounds in this game for Tunisia, and a total of 20. It's only 4 so far for Rwanda, but it's been the second chance opportunity points in which Rwanda have had the edge out on Tunisia. Well, this magnificent arena, this beautiful basketball stadium, just on the outskirts of the capital city of Luanda here in Angola, the Pavilo Multiusos de Luanda. Because unfortunately for Tunisia, last summer, eliminated from the FIBA Afro Basket by Ivan Almeida and company from Cabo Verde. Welcome back. This is the 2027 FIBA Basketball World Cup African Qualifiers Group C fixture. Tunisia will have first possession. Now we're in the last 10 seconds. Firas Lahiani tries to force his way into paint. That's unsuccessful, but Izimana unable to secure the rebound there for Rwanda. Well, they say age is just a number. And the motor work of Firas Lahiani. Well, he's probably the hardest working player out there along with Amar Beda. Lahiani cuts in the paints. Can Tunisia get the first points? Time is winding down. Obeda. He's got to make something happen. Lahiani's got to shoot it. Three is up. And the ball touched the rim, so no 24-second violation. But again, Rwanda failing to take care of the rebounds. Obeda goes in and just finishes with ease. Well, that's not a great stop for Rwanda. They go in the paint, and Busy Mania with 2 points. Well, Paul Busy Mania, he's got to have a big second half if they're going to come up victorious. He now moves up to 5 points, his second field goal this evening, along with his 1 3-point field goal. Correction, he has 7 points. Little baseline penetration. Again, neatly tucked away here by Tunisia. Mefnani. Or Shanupi, excuse me. Putting it back to a 2-possession lead. Little pick and pop sequence. Good coverage here by Lahiani. Tough baseline fadeaway. That's not going to go, but Lahiani comes up with it. We'll try another 3 by Justin Uitanze. That's not going to fall here for Rwanda. Lahiani goes to his left, bumps. Little dish out. Now turns it over. Uitanze comes up with it. The foul is going to be committed. That's the first foul here in the second half. That foul's on Mohamed Nefed. Well, I wonder if that's going to be foul number 3 or 2. Either way, that's a sideline possession coming up here for Rwanda. I think that's foul number 2 against Nefed. Nobody from Tunisia having 3 fouls at the moment. Little pump fake work. Put out on the baseline. Beautifully tucks this one away. Oh, Rwanda hanging in there. Could it be the first victory for them in the FIBA Basketball World Cup African Qualifiers? If Tunisia can keep this lead ahead of them, they'll try another 3 from downtown. Not going to go. Umuoza strips this one. Oh, behind the back. Got to finish this one. Little pump fake. But now caught in a double team. Kicks out. 3 in the corners coming up. And no good. The foul is going to be called. That one is going to be called again. Jean de Dio Umuoza. That's going to be his first personal foul of the game. Rwanda trying to put some pressure on the defense. Rwanda switching everything with Abada in the backcourt. Also cut down the middle, a lot of contact, and a foul has been given. So 2 fouls committed by Umuoza here in the space of 20 seconds. Tunisia's free throw shooting, they've only missed 2 free throws so far. They're 4 out of 6. Rwanda, on the other hand, they're 0 out of 3 from the free throw line. And Mohamed Nefed missing the free throw. He had 13 points in that defeat against Nigeria. He was 5 out of 10, but he didn't go to the charity stripe. Also finished with 3 assists. Can he put it to a 3-point lead? Miss them both. Wow. Rwanda want to go quickly, but good anticipation by Firas Lahiani. And he's a leader. He's a warrior. He leads by example. Only him and Amara Abeda in double figures combined total of 21 points between Lahiani and Abeda. Rwanda trail by 2. Moza trying to isolate and level things up. Unsuccessful. Lahiani another rebound. Make that his 7th board of the game. Now wants to take matters into his own hands, and he'll go straight back to the free throw line. Well, 2 celebrities there. Lahiani and the world-renowned infamous Toy. Toy, the local name. Watch if we see the replay. Now watch. There he is. That's Toy. Well, he became infamous in the 2019 Basketball World Cup qualifiers. Lahiani just gets the free throw to drop. 12 points tonight for Firas Lahiani. Still Tunisia's leading scorer. Makes them both. Well, he'll be relatively disappointed with how his team relinquished that 12-point lead with ease in the second quarter, but here's the test now for Rwanda. They shot well from the three-point line in the first half, like they did against Guinea. Can they replicate that same success from downtown? Muitanze trying to curl a screen. Umoza. That's the pick and pop action. Nice penetration. Unable to finish. Rwanda now having to get back in transition defense. Goes in, and again, looking like they did in the first quarter, and building an early 6-point lead. Nice finish. Well, Ziad Shenufi, now moving up to double figures. So Paul Bizimana will go to the free throw line. A foul is going to be called on Bashir Ben Yahya. But Rwanda haven't made a free throw yet in this game. Well, change coming in as Stephen Hagumintwari will go to the bench. And that is Rwanda's first made free throw this evening. 1 out of 4 from the charity stripe. But can the Busy Mania cut it down to a 2-possession deficit? Makes them both. And he now moves up to 9 points. And now actually officially becomes Rwanda's leading scorer as Yves Murenzi, head coach of Rwanda. If his team can try to ride this third quarter, stay in there. Well, it's anyone's game to play for in the fourth. Mohamed Nefet just dealing with the pressure. Beda now making the defense switch. Eyes up in isolation. Goes in, little floater, can't finish. Rwanda prevent an offensive rebound. Can they get something wide open? They don't get it to him. And instead they went for the three-pointer. Nefed weighs up his options, finds a Beda in the corner. Just feel that was a wasted opportunity in transition for Rwanda. Don't switch in time. There's another kick out. A Beda pump fix. Steps through, goes for a 3. It's up. And it's an offensive rebound. And the putback, no good. Oh, Rwanda fighting for it. But you got to credit the hard hustle and effort from this team. Going in for every single second chance opportunity points. Well, nobody can fault that. It was a good offense. They got a good look. 5:32 to go here in the third quarter. Umoza trying to lead the offense. Coming off 2 screens. Little baseline penetration. Out of control, unable to finish. Lahiani comes up with it. And now here comes Tunisia, goes in. Oh my goodness! Yalla Tunisia! A 2-handed rim rocker by Ben Yahya. Extending it now to a 6-point lead. Can Rwanda get something from the three-point line? It's on target, but nothing dropping. Lahiani looking to push this one down the middle. Well, Nefed walks into a three-pointer, steps up, and now extends it to a 9-point Tunisian lead with 4:43 to go. Rwanda called timeout. Head coach Ibu Enzi has got to get something clicking with his team. And 6 points, second three-pointer for Mohamed Nefed. Well, that is now the fourth three-point field goal of the game for Tunisia, and it opens this game. Puts a bit of daylight between them and Rwanda. Let's head down to Rwanda's bench to find out what head coach Yves Missy's got to say.
Because you guys, we need to stop the ball, but this guy needs to sprint. Why are you talking? Did you come here to talk? No. Make sure you sprint, guys. Effort. Okay? Now I'm gonna play. We go 4. Okay? We go 4. 5, 4, 3. 4, let's sprint. Okay? Now, we look for the pass, come out. Now, come here. We need a pass, and we go side pass. Okay? Execution, guys. So we need to break defense.
Well, it's been a huge wave of momentum now coming from Tunisia. Now, can they build on this and run away with this? Well, scan that QR code and register to play the World Cup Qualifiers game. Well, the Fancy League, get into it now. It's going to be a fun game to play. Well, he's still the leading scorer so far for Rwanda with 9 points. Paul Bizimana, 3 out of 8 from the field. But they find themselves down by 9. Rwanda's got to find that identity in their offense, whether that comes from the three-point line or inside the paints. Well, there you have it. Furaha needed something. Joint second leading scorer now alongside Justin Uitanze with 8 points. 7 points, still the gap between them and Tunisia. Beta finds an opening. Tries to find an alley-oop, and are you kidding me? Well, he's become slam jammer time. Ben Yahya. 2 big plays here in the third quarter. That was such a silent yet effective lethal play from Tunisia. Hodari penetrating into traffic. Almost losing it. Can they get a 3 here in the second half and hits the side of the backboard, gets his own rebound. Oh, that would have been something. Just over 3.5 here in the third quarter. Tunisia looking to make it a double-digit lead again. Well, between the legs, a step back. Not going to go. Rwanda prevent an offensive rebound. Can they keep this within single digits heading into the fourth and final quarter? Oh, it's a good interception, but Rwanda recover. Bumping going in, out of control. I think that should go back to Tunisia, maybe. Let's have a look here. That's a penetration by Ndizeye. Now, does he lose control of that? Here's a better angle. Unless a foul has been called. Well, it's going back to Rwanda, no foul. Let's go back to Tunisia, excuse me. What's a worrying sign now is Bashir Ben Yahya on the floor. Well, 4 points coming here in the third quarter with 2 big dunks, one of them an alley-oop. Well, hopefully that's not a shoulder dislocation, but fingers crossed here for Ben Yahya because he's such a monumental player here for Tunisia's offense and defense. I think it was there when he went to the ground. That looked painful. Hopefully he's okay. But you can just see that man doing anything to come up with a loose ball. That's what it means to him. Getting to Doha 2027 for the FIBA Basketball World Cup. It's been 7 long years since they went to China in 2019. As they built that monumental reputation as the kings of African basketball, winning consecutive Afro baskets. Well, Tunisia with a chance to make a double-digit lead. Yassine Touma. They had to look from the perimeter. Time is winding down. This time they'll go for it. Another three is up. That's a little short. Dazay trying to run here. Has numbers. Izimani upon face. Gets rejected by Mokhtar Gayaza. Well, that's how you protect the paint. That's how you go with transition defense. Still remains possession to Rwanda here on the baseline. 2:43 left here in the third quarter. And it's an unforced turnover, a sloppy inbound play. Too much on that pass there for Kado Dedio Furaha. The only player in double figures so far tonight here for Rwanda, Furaha. Better. Now for third consecutive offense. Can Tunisia make this a double-digit lead? Gayaza has a paint entry. Sumi penetrates. No foul given. Izimana comes up with it. Trying to find options. Tunisia have to get back on defense. Well, it's a nice little pump fake. Goes in the lane. And finally, Rwanda is able to chip into a deficit. Rwanda with one team foul to give. A better. Twisting, turning. Goes in for the circus shot. He'll go to the free throw line. And after scoring a much-needed bucket, the foul is on Hubert Kwizera. So if Amara Betta can make both these free throws, he'll become Tunisia's second leading scorer right behind Firas Lahiani. Lahiani 1 rebound away from a double-double. Zabetta makes the first free throw. He's 5 assists away from a double-double himself. 7 away from a potential triple-double. We've already seen one triple-double tonight in the qualifiers from Mario Hazonia while playing for Croatia. Could we see one tonight here in the FIBA Basketball World Cup African qualifiers? Zimana finding Furaha. Wants to go for a back down. Nice cut down the middle. And Dazay able to finish. Nice little curl screen. It's back to a 7-point deficit. Rwanda no 3-point field goals here in the third quarter. Abeta hesitates. Kicks out. Lahiani goes for 3. That's not going to go. Rwanda take care of the rebounds. Kwizera comes up with it. Can he push something here? Now goes on turbo speed. Little bump goes in. And now it's a 5-point deficit. Rwanda still in this one. 80 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Rwanda no fouls to give. Abeta just trying to deal with the pressure. Time winding down here. Lahiani's got to penetrate. Goes baseline. Counted. And Firas Lahiani will go to the free throw line. Oh, the quick reaction to go for the penetration. And even with 3 Rwanda defenders closing, nobody was stopping that M1 from the living legend, the ambassador of Tunisian basketball, Firas Lahiani. And that's on Bizimana. And that will be his first personal foul of the game, but just when he got it down to a 2-possession deficit, Lahiani could make this an 8-point lead for Tunisia. And he converts the 3-point play. 16 points tonight for Firas Lahiani. Back to an 8-point advantage. Well, have 1 rebound away from a double-double. Nice spin-out move, dribbles into traffic, and a foul is going to be given. So only for the 4th time tonight, it's on Gaeza. Be a trip to the free throw line here for Hubert Quizziera. His first trip to the charity stripe. Well, Quizziera currently playing for the Patriots in Rwanda. 22 years of age, standing at 184 centimeters. Now, he was scoreless in that game against Guinea. He was 0 for 3 from the field, but this is his first time going to the free throw line here in World Cup qualifiers. It's that one to rattle in. Well, if he makes this one, he could get one solid possession, but given this 48 seconds of it, it's Tunisia who have the 2-for-1 in the hands. Makes them both. 9 points tonight for Hubert Quizziera. Remember, Rwanda, no fouls to give. And Tunisia just go quickly. They come up with an offensive rebound. 9 seconds remain on the shot clock. Trying to deal with this pressure. That's a kick out. There's another 3. Unable to connect. Put back no good. And another as Gayeza goes in for the follow-up. Rwanda nearly turned it over. They keep this one alive. They want to go for the final play. Oh, why'd they rush that one? Stephen Hagumintwari had to realize the shot clock had been turned off. Well, there's a pick and pop. Here's another buzzer beater potentially, and it's not going to go. So we head into the 4th and final quarter with Tunisia holding on to an 8-point single-digit lead against Rwanda. Remember, Rwanda still looking for that first win here in the FIBA Basketball World Cup African qualifiers. Well, we'll take a look at some of the key stats here from this game, and then we'll run down the best moments and highlights from the third quarter. Because Tunisia, who winning that third quarter, in the second half by a slender 2 points. Still 7 3-pointers from Rwanda. Not having made one in the third quarter. Tunisia 19 out of 34 from within inside the rainbow. Having missed 4 free throws, 9 out of 13. Well, very soon we'll look at the best plays here from the third quarter. Can Tunisia go 3-2 before the final game here in window 3? Well, Paul Bizimana, second leading scorer, joint second leading scorer, along with Hubert Quizziera. Both have 9 points apiece. And that was the nice little penetration made by Ziad Shanoufi. One of 3 players for Tunisia in double figures. And that was the baseline take by Kado Detio Furaha. Rwanda's leading scorer does have 10 points. He's 5 out of 8 from the field. But Tunisia's transition much better here in the second half. And to further highlight that stat, Tunisia currently with 10 fast break points and now as many second chance opportunity points as Rwanda. Something. And there's the alley-oop play. The dime from Amar Beda. Well, fans, if you love watching international basketball, scan the QR code to access and log into Courtside 1891. Watch live streams, extended highlights of FIBA competitions, and much more. Final 10 coming up live here in Luanda, Angola. Rwanda still looking for that first win here in the qualifiers. Can they get it tonight against Tunisia? Or can Tunisia go 3-2? Remember, the results from the first round in windows 1, 2, and 3 here of the Basketball World Cup qualifiers do come into effect in round 2 in windows 4, 5, and 6. Down by 8 points. Nice penetration. No foul given. Well, that's the second time Hagumintwari's made a penetration. Nothing given by the officials. That's good defense from Tunisia. That's a 3-pointer, baby. A big-time 3 by Yassine Toumi. Second biggest lead of the game now for Tunisia. Foul's going to be cold. Foul's on Yusuf Diff. This is his first personal foul of the game. Finding ways to score. Take a pop. Another 3. cut it here in the second half. And it's all too familiar. A little bit of an ankle breaker. Nice dive. Tumi's got to go up with it. Oh, baby! You lie indeed. Bilal Jaziri with the ankle breaker. And then finding Seton Hall University's Yassine Toumi inside the paint. And even Toy likes it. Well, the icon of Angola, Toy, renowned for all the years of being the local celebrity, if you like. Not only in Angola, but in FIBA basketball. Inside the paint, unable to finish. Toumi comes up with it. Now Toumi wants to what? Toumi going coast to coast, unable to finish. Another offensive rebound here for Tunisia. Inside the paint. Unable to finish. That's going to run out of bounds. That would go back to Rwanda. Soccer skills, or football skills. And Toy doing his work on the floor. Rolling his way off. In the moment, coach Adel Clafley found his team should have been ahead by more points, considering the 12-point lead they built in the first quarter. Rwanda hung in there, down by 13. Moza. Still something here. Top sequence. Not necessarily a three-point threat. There's got to be something happening. Now he's running out of bounds. That will be a turnover. Good defense yet again by Tunisia. This philosophy, this style of basketball, the unselfish collective play that led them to 2 FIBA Afro Basket Championships. And look at Toy. Incredible. Well, Toy is an international basketball sensation, an icon, the showstopper, and nobody does his job better than Toy. Well, he came into the limelight when FIBA started the qualification windows back in 2017. Rebounds, 17 assists in total tonight for Tunisia, 25 out of 57 from the field. Can they make it 28? Yassine Toumi. And they'll finish. A big offensive rebound by Yusuf Jif. Now penetrates. Takes a kick out. Now in the end, kicks it out another 3. Tunisia just keep getting offensive rebound, but it's going to be a turnover. This is a foul, actually. It's not a bounds violation. Last game, we'll see them go up against Guinea after this. Can they hang on under 8 minutes? Victory here in the FIBA Basketball World Cup African Qualifiers. This is better basketball. Bizimana's got to finish. And that is the best build-up play from Rwanda. This game far from finish. Only 11 points separating Tunisia and Rwanda. Good looks. Keep coming over. 4 seconds. Another 3 goes flying. And buries this one with time winding down. That's a huge 3-pointer. 6th 3-pointer in the game for Tunisia, and it gives them a 14-point lead. They must still believe in themselves. Get open here. He's made one through tonight. He's made one here in the second half. Toumi wants to run. He's going to be pulled on the ground. It's only going to be the first team foul against Rwanda. I think you could see Jif just getting the full brunt of the defense. 6:18 left here in the 4th and final quarter. The leading scorer, the living legend, Aslahiani. That's nicely played. Just needs one rebound to get to a double-double. And maybe 6 more assists for a triple-double. Can become a reality here tonight. Twisting, turning now, spinning like a washing machine and cleaning up the defense. What a move by Yusuf Jif. Only his second field goal tonight. Both of them have come here in the fourth quarter. Biggest lead of the game now for Tunisia at 16 points. And Rwanda. Moving themselves. This is a good isolation move. That's much better. They need some more of that from Jean Dantio and Moza. 6 points tonight. He's 2 for 6 from the field. 2 of them have been three-pointers. 4 out of 7 for the free throw line after missing, well, they're 4 out of 4 since missing their first 3. Second made free throws. Yo, Moza. We have BBC here in Rwanda. Is of age. 10 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. Someone played that one game against Guinea. 14-point deficit. 3 personal fouls in those. Be careful here. A little bit of buoy boss one. It's going to be an @ 1. It's the fact that Pizarro was inside the restricted area. Oh, it's the secondary defender. Watch it. Actually, he wasn't, but he wasn't there in time. Now, unfortunately for Rwanda, it's the correct decision. You want to look at it. Spent last season playing in the NCAA at Seaport University. Now converts a three-point play. 13 points. Second lead score time here for Tunisia. Moza was wide open that time for the perimeter. 17-point deficit. Sansa, line to Moza. It's cut down the middle. It's good defense. Better now with the ball in his hands. Marchiani goes straight into lane and finishes under intense pressure. 18 points and still 1 rebound away from a double-double. And a great penetration by Justin Uitanze. Becomes the 3rd Rwandan player in double figures. Substitutions in the game. Different lead is now re-entry plays Mohamed Nefed, who does have 6 points. Good performance in the fourth quarter here by Yusuf Jif. Rebounds, 1 assist to go with his 5 points. Nice little Vegas. Yassin Tuna kicks out. Lakiani in the corner, wide open. Out there on the finish. Rwanda quickly get the ball up the floor. Good look at the finish. He's there. He goes for it. Tanza, we play 2 threes, that's way too short. That is a double-double for Fidas Lakiani. 10 rebounds finally to go with the 18 points. Deep finds out better from no man's land in downtown. A huge three-pointer, the 7th of the night for Tunisia. That was a deep triple. Successful. He's going to be called on Amara Betta. Well, Amara Betta, 6 assists, 4 rebounds along with his 15 points. What's that foul like? Oh no, no foul given. Three-point shooting point here in the second half for Rwanda. Offensive input. Rwanda made his last here 15 points. Not going to get this one. Get some numbers. Quick here, Tunisia just won't drop. Well, the timeout has indeed been called here by Rwanda. They trail by 22 points. Tunisia, well, they have stepped up their game up a notch midway through the third quarter. I mean, it was only a 2-point lead at the beginning of the second half, but you got to feel for this Rwanda national team. I mean, it's a team that thrives off the confidence of shooting from the three-point line. I mean, 7 3-pointers in the first half. Well, they've had 11 attempts, 0 out of 11 here in the second half. It just hasn't gone their way. Well, you got to think, facing the prospects now of looking at going 0-5 here in the window. But this is a positive note here for Tunisia, because they could very well finish this third window with the same record as Guinea if they are able to beat them. And while Tunisia had their struggles from the three-point line last summer in this arena at the FIBA Afrobasket, this is a slight improvement, 7 out of 27. It's not the best three-point stats, but their leading scorer, 18 points, 10 rebounds, the double-double indeed. Now, he's 6 assists away from a triple-double. Could that be a possibility with 3:23? Never say never. That time Rwanda is able to score and a good finish in the end. That's been a good game so far for Hubert Kwizera, now going up to double figures, 11 points. Joint leading scorer with Paul Bizimana. Still they trail by 20. Tunisia just happy to take their time. These two teams will get a day's rest tomorrow. Another kick out. Lakiani, that's going to be a traveling violation. Well, that's unfortunate. That's a nice kick out there, but ouch. Well, I sure hope he does a lot of yoga, because that could be a potential groin strain of some sort. But it looks okay to me. Rwanda still will keep battling. Nice little pick and pop sequence. They'll go for a step back three, and that's their first three-pointer here in the second half. 8 out of 28. They definitely have more three-pointers now than Tunisia, but still trail by 17. She getting a seal off in the paint. Well, nutmegs his own teammate, and that is a Tunisian Olay turnover. I don't know if he's applauding the effort or the nutmeg, but over 2 minutes remain here in the fourth quarter. So they definitely blew this game apart in the third. Taking the pass, Faraha goes baseline. Ball under intense pressure. You saw the response with the defense from Firas Lakiani. He says, I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. I did everything. That still went in. Abada. He matched up aggressively from Justin Uitanze. Abada's got 15. And that is going to be Rwanda's final team foul to give away here in the fourth quarter. Any more fouls, they will send Tunisia to the free throw line. Tunisia is going to call timeout. They want to talk this one over. It's a reach. That's on Uitanze, actually, not Kwizera. I just wonder what head coach Adel Tatley is going to be saying to his players in this timeout. I mean, well, they've called this one leading by 15. Imagine points difference, because it could be a potential outcome that they finish on the same record as Nigeria. So that is why it's so imperative. Every possession matters at this point, because Nigeria, with the big win against Guinea today, bringing Guinea their first defeat of the Basketball World Cup qualifiers. And it could very well be the top three teams all finish with the same record of 4-2. Now remember, all teams will be in action here in Rwanda, Angola. In 2 days' time, they'll get a rest tomorrow. But an outstanding performance from the two leaders. A combined total of 33 points with both Amar Abeda, number 24, and number 23, Firas Lahiani, who I must repeat does have that double-double of 18 points and 11 rebounds. Amar Abeda, 3 assists away from a double-double himself. That's going to be a foul. Now we'll send Abeda to the free throw line. 1:41 to go here in the fourth quarter. Tunisia's heartbreaking defeat against Nigeria only 2 days ago, losing by 3 on this floor. But this is a good response for them, and they'll be heading into their final game against Guinea. Well, who knows? Could definitely change the outcome of how this group looks. Remember, Guinea started this window 3-0, and then they started with a victory against Rwanda. The standings tell you anything. Guinea now 4-1, Nigeria 3-2, and by the looks of it, Tunisia could also be 3-2, but it could be a case in which we have the top 3 teams all 4-2, as I mentioned, which then it becomes a mathematical headache to find out what the final outcome could be going into the second round in windows 4, 5, and 6. Kazera pulls up in the mid-range. Not going to go. Rwanda just want to keep trying to find ways to score. They'll have one final game. They will indeed. Well, there's the final 3. Not going to go. Ashi just tipping away, but it goes back into Rwanda's possession. We'll try another 3 in the corner. That hits the side of the backboard. Lahiani comes up with it. Abeda just keeping this one under control. Inevitable that Tunisia will come up with a crucial 3rd win for them. Oshie in the paint. Twisting, turning. Big man goes in. Unable to finish. And Abeda comes up with it. He'll pump fake. He'll try to finish. He'll come up with another rebound. Final seconds remaining. Another 3 goes flying. And Abeda comes up with another rebound. Wow, impressive play from Abeda. Still Tunisia just can't score, and that's 12 rebounds now for Firas Lahian. He'll finish now. He'll take his tally up to 20 points. Omar Abeda, 2 rebounds, 3 assists away from a triple-double. It's unlikely that's going to happen as a final 3-pointer made by Rwanda. Well, he came up with 3 rebounds in one play, Omar Abeda, and he's going to show the sportsmanship, the respect to his opponents from Rwanda. Tunisia are not going to go for a final attempt, but at the end of this game, Tunisia, having qualified for 2 FIBA Basketball World Cups in 2010 and 2019, will get a crucial win as they win against Rwanda. Well, it was only a 2-point ball game, a 2-point lead in favor of Tunisia at the beginning of the second half. But my word, have they done a magnificent job of finishing this one off. Definitely the double-double goes in favor of Firas. Oh, we'll take a look at some of the key highlights here from this game. Yassine Toumi with a big-time step-back 3-pointer. Seton Hall University star player, 2 rebounds away from a double-double. He had 13 points tonight. Jazuri with the penetration, finding Toumi. Also had an ankle breaker on that play. Nice dime in the end by Jazuri, finding Toumi. Tunisia stepping up the gear, 7 out of 28 from the 3-point line that time. This evening from Firas Lahiani, his return, of course, having not participated in the Afro Basket last summer, but big-time 3-point shooting, 17 points from Amar Abeda. And that was the only 3-pointer of the second half. Well, excuse me, the first one, 1 out of 2. Here was the little penetration, a tough finishing. Firas Lahiani was like, how on earth did he make that one? Well, that was the second three-pointer. The final field goal for Rwanda, that time knocked down by Sean Maswiga. Fortunately for Rwanda, it's another defeat. Well, look what it means to Tunisia. Knowing they're going to the second round. Another chance to try and qualify the FIBA Basketball World Cup. An incredible victory. The two-time defending champions, I say defending two-time champions of the FIBA AfroBasket in 2017 and 2021. It's all over here this evening. Well, fans, we do indeed thank you for joining us here again in Rwanda, Angola. That wraps it up this evening. We'll have a look at the final stats from this game. Teams a total of 16 three-point field goals made tonight. Rwanda 9 out of 31. Tunisia 7 out of 28. Job done on their behalf. Well, Tunisia dominated the rebounds 49 to 34 and also having 6 more assists for that matter. So total of 26 turnovers between these two teams tonight. 13 apiece. The accolades go to the legends Firas Lahiani and Omar Beda. 37 combined points between them, 20 for Firas Lahiani, finishing with a double-double. Omar Beda, 2 rebounds, 3 assists shy of a triple-double. Well, fans, we thank you for joining us here in Rwanda, Angola, but for now, it's boa noite, good night, goodbye, and God bless.